Hi, I'm Darian Gore with Sofa King News, and we're here with the Rocketboys from Austin, Texas. How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Great.
The Rocketboys played yesterday. They played on the main stage. The last album you guys came out with is Build Anyway, right? So you've had some huge lineup changes in the past several years. How's that affected the growth of the music? Have there been any pleasant surprises or interesting changes in the songwriting?
Yeah, the songwriting changed quite a bit. We used to just kind of get in a room and play the songs all together and just jam like a verse for 30 minutes while everybody figured stuff out. And this time around it was more just kind of like recording demos on our computer and passing stuff back and forth that way. So a little less jammy and a little more thought out before turning it in.
Okay. So are you guys working on anything right now?
We are. We're about to go record an EP at the beginning of June. We don't have a title for it, or I would have said it's going to be called this.
But if you have any great ideas.
Well, I heard some of the new songs on stage when I saw you guys, and you sounded great. You guys
thank
have
you.
really good energy.
Thank you.
So you guys are so into it, really alive. And so who's really your influence? Because you kind of have this sort of poppy sound, but it's also very indie rock. How would you describe your sound? How do you want it to go from now on? What influences do you have?
Well, we kind of started out writing these really long, ethereal, just brooding, lifting, dynamic songs, and we realized that we really liked that, but we wanted to kind of slim that down and trim some of have that dynamic energy, but not have every song being 8 minutes long. And so our journey has kind of been that and creating songs that have that element, but also they're digestible easily. And so I think we're kind of with this next this EP that we're going to do, just trying to do something that just totally does everything that we've done in the past, but then also and what we're doing is we're working with a producer named Joe Ciccarelli, and we self-produced all of our albums before this, and the last album Brandon engineered. And so I think we're really excited to do something beyond, way beyond what we could have done in the past, just doing it on our own. So that's a real exciting thing, and as far as taking it to another level, kind of what we are
That's
aiming
really
for.
awesome. You get to work with a kind of a new producer, an outside influence.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to bring to it?
Probably a lot of tears. Probably going to break us down.
And then the Phoenix will arrive.
Yeah, exactly. out of our dead shell.
It's exciting. We've never had we've had engineers that are producers that every once in a while just give a little note. We've never had just a producer to tell us that's not as good as you think it is or something. And so to have a total because when you show your friends hey, check out this demo, and they're always going to say it's good, but this guy, we're paying him to tell us he doesn't think it's good. And so hopefully that'll where we try to trim the fat, like he was saying, as much as you can. It's always we're so invested in it, it's hard to distance yourself and really take a step back and look at it from an outsider's perspective. And hopefully this will be somebody that really can do that for us and kind of enlighten us on certain things.
Awesome. So have you guys been touring a lot lately?
We haven't been lately. We've mostly just been working on this new record.
Just working on the record?
So yeah, the producer has been working on an album in France for this amount of time that has kept growing and growing. So we haven't planned a lot of tours. We wrote this music anticipating that we would have been recording it by now, but it's all good. And in June we'll be doing that. So we're kind of light right now because our album Build Anyway it's almost 2 years old now. So we're kind of ready to do the next thing, and so we've kind of tapered off the shows, but we'll definitely be booking stuff out into the fall and hopefully coming in.
Where are some of the most interesting places that you've been so far?
We played, one really cool show we did was in Asbury Park, New Jersey at the Stone Pony, which is Bruce Springsteen's kind of original Get Started place, which I'm not a crazy huge Bruce Springsteen fan, but that was still a really legendary venue. It was pretty cool. And it was right on the Jersey Shore, So we got to do that last summer. So
Do you guys prefer doing like intimate shows, or do you like doing the big festivals? What do you think? What really gets you going?
It's a little bit easier to connect when you're kind of in like a venue rather than just the great outdoors.
Yeah, I saw you running out there and singing with everybody, and that was so cool. But I kept thinking the whole time, I was like, it'd be so cool to see these guys in a little venue.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
right face.
ultimately we just love to play whenever we can, but I think we've definitely been perfecting our show for a more intimate kind of bar venue sort of environment.
There's a different feel too, because like with festivals like this, there might be like 5 or 10% of the people that have ever heard your band, and everybody else is here to see like the headliners. Whereas, so you're like trying to win people over and really like give them your music. Whereas in clubs, most of the time people are coming, like if we're headlining or main support, like most of the people have probably heard of us. So it's like a little easier, like Brandon said, one, you're like closer and all together, but also there's probably more people that know your songs and sing along or into it, as opposed to just like trying to figure out what they like the band that's playing.
But that's really cool, because every time I go to a festival, I find like 10 new bands that I can into.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you guys have seen in the festival so far that you were like, wow, I didn't know about that?
I think we were all, well, that we didn't know about. Oh shit.
Or just a performance that surprised you?
Oh, we're really excited and then very satisfied with Third Eye Blind this year.
Third Eye Blind.
I had never seen them, and it was really
That's
awesome.
Beyonce cover?
And then,
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
and then I had never seen Alabama Shakes. We watched the thing.
They were so good.
Her voice is just butter.
It was cool. Like there was probably like
absent.
there was like probably 10 people from like 10 different bands that were all just like collectively freaking out like on the side of the stage, which was cool. Like, you know, bands that, you know, I guess we admire were just like, oh, can you believe
Definitely had a moment where we had to step back and be like, okay, we're on the side of the stage watching Alabama Shakes, and then we're hanging out next to Third Eye Blind and Need to Breathe, and it's just like, it's a really surreal moment.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So with the new material on your upcoming EP or album, where are you kind of drawing sort of the subject matter? Is it just things that you've been going through, or is it things that you're interested in? What's fueling you at this point?
It's typically always just kind of drawing from personal experience. A lot of the stuff is kind of based around the idea of like understanding what music is and how to like give it out.
Yeah, putting your vision out there, but at the same time, understanding how that vision connects with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that sounds really interesting. I'm really looking forward to your next album. It's going to be great. These are the Rocketboys. They're awesome to see live. They're tons of energy. They're tons of heart. They're from Austin, Texas. Go see them. Hang out with them. Get their new album when it comes out. You can check them out on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook,
Twitter, Instagram, our website,
Everything.
therocketboys.com.
TheRocketboys.com, everybody. This is Darian Gore with Sofa King News. Thank you.